Hi, everybody. So, did you ever think about when you're going through something in your life, whatever, some kind of decision, struggle, anything like that, all of a sudden what you need if you
Oh,
stay
it's
in,
amazing.
yeah, shows
Shows
up,
up. It's
right?
it's amazing,
Whether it's a modality or it's a path or some kind of
I
guidance from
think it has
somebody.
something to do with the allowing of it, so the right thing shows up.
Right,
Absolutely.
exactly. And
Yeah,
and also sometimes maybe you feel like, don't you wish you had somebody that can like, help you
absolutely.
transform and guide you on your path, right? Well, so today we have Dana and she does all of these things. She does so many things, but she's a transformational movement guide. She does human design, which we love. We've had that. She helps people really be grounded when she's given them a sense of community. And I'm going to let her tell you some of the other things that she does because there's a lot here and she could probably explain it better than we can.
Dana, welcome to Balance Your Life, Rising Consciousness.
Our
Living
evolving
consciousness
consciousness
is right.
today. It's
Yes.
been a while since we've been on.
I'm
And I'm Debbie Peterson. So thanks for watching and listening.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be here and to talk about and to share about some of the modalities that I offer that have really been moving for my life. And human design has been one of the biggest tools. And as we're talking about, things come to you, I feel like I call it the medicine. So the medicine I feel comes to you when you need it most.
Mhm.
And sometimes, we don't know how that's going to show up, but quite honestly, for me, it shows up in my field. I think about what shows up in my field. People ask me questions. And so human design has been such a gateway for me to learn more about my inner landscape, my inner energetics, and then how to make strategic decisions based on my innate wisdom versus what I think I should be doing versus the primal instinct of what I know, my soul knows how to move me. And I
Mhm.
use the word move a lot because I feel like in our society, that's what needs to happen in order to shift. And hence my coaching modality is sacred shift coaching because we can talk all day long and information is sexy, but integration to me is everything. So
Right.
well said.
yeah.
Well
Yeah.
said. Why
Yes.
don't you explain to everybody what human
Yeah.
design is? Just break it down a
Mhm.
little bit. So,
So human design is a beautiful system. It's a bit complex and there's many layers to it, like a flower. And it's a system that really taps into your innate, unique rhythms, the way that you are designed to be in this world outside of the conditioning. So when we're born, from the moment we're born, our parents are conditioning us. Then we go to school, and school is conditioning us. Culture conditions us on the women that we should be, the woman that we should be, however you identify, instead of really honing into our unique primal instincts and traits. And so the human design is based on a few different beautiful modalities that take into consideration your birth date. And then there's the chakra system, the Chinese I Ching, the Tree of Life. So it's all of these sacred technologies that are weaved into this beautiful system that, again, is complex, but it's also very practical and simplified.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Yes,
definitely. And it's really
so
cool when you get your chart done.
yeah,
I
it
don't know. Is
is.
that
But
what
this
it's
is
called? Your chart?
it is. It's
Okay.
your.
so,
Mhm.
Dana. This is almost like
Excuse me.
turning back time to the winds of birth and who you are coming in. Is that
Mhm.
what we're looking at here?
It is. I love how that you just explained that. And it really is about tapping into your compass. And what I love about the human design system, instead of, regular astrology, and there's room for that too, because I love that, but
Mhm.
it's very generalized. It's like, oh, all Scorpions are like this, and this is all Libra traits, where the human design system really taps into the unique frequency and coding. And then it gives your body the tools that it needs to help you make decisions based on your unique design.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so for me, I was going through a deeply transformational time in my life, as many women do when they're at that empty nest, if that's That's how I want to explain it. There's self-initiation times that we all go through, right? Like we're going through this self-initiation, and human design kept coming up in my field. And by the fifth time somebody asked me about it, I was like, what the heck is this system? And then
Right.
I looked at it, and even worse, I was like completely turned off at first because it's a very complex system.
Yeah, a lot.
And then I got a reading, and that reading and it was like a transmission for me. It was like a transfer, and it was a transformational um, time in my life that helped me guide into my own compass of me. And I'm what's called a projector in human design, and I need to look for the invitation or the recognition, just like I'm here today on an invitation. For you, beautiful ladies, you happen to have a very bipolar opposite chart than me, and both of you are generators in the human design,
Beautiful.
very much geared by your sacral, have lots of energy, your aura is open and enveloping. And then what I love is that it helps you tap into that gut instinct. Like you're really lucky because you're what we call a motorized energy type in human design, which means that you have the energy to do all the beautiful passion projects, and you can work all you want, where that's not true for a projector. We need to kind of be more honed into a specific thing where you can be multi-dynamic as a
We both
generator.
have the same thing, the exact same thing.
You have such a
I know.
similar chart.
Hysterical.
Both of your charts are so similar, so you can see where
Okay.
your dynamic
I'm
duo
not surprised.
together.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And what's beautiful about it is that you also have a voice. The sacral, the generator energy type for you is like, I can ask you a question, and I don't know if you guys can pick this up on each other. Like, if you're asking a question, you go, mm-hmm, mm-mm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Do you do that? Like, you make a lot of noise with your mm-hmm, mm-mm. And that's your body's innate wisdom saying, like, helping you make these decisions. And so that's what I love about it is that I feel like, there are different things that we need at different parts of our life and different doorways we need to open to help us initiate a new way of being. And then during those times when we're going through that, it really helps to have a system, an ally in place that helps you make strategic and sacred decisions. And for human design has been that for me.
So Dana, once you do the work and the chart and you figure out you create this and you find these different variables or these points in someone's personality or their strengths and weaknesses, then is there a system of implementing that, or is that where you understand the chart and then you work with somebody to implement their strengths and I mean, what happens then?
Right. After you get the results,
Yeah,
like what do
yeah.
you, right. What do you,
Yes. Oh, I love that you asked that question because I'm all about integration. Like I said,
right.
information is sexy, integration is everything. Like, now, what am I going to do with this
Well,
information?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so then I coach around that particular chart. This is why my work is very customized
Mm.
to your unique design. And I pull people's charts before I work with them as a main ally for them, because what's good for me is not going to be necessarily good for you. And so
Yeah.
once you have that information, we literally go into a practice of like, how can you practice being more of you? Literally, how do you practice being more um, of what you were designed to do in this world?
Right.
And
Really
so
work
that
with what you have.
exactly, how can we
Right.
move whatever patterns and energy systems? Because it's a nine-centered system. It's a little different from the seven-centered system, right? So there's nine systems in the human design, and each one carries a unique energy. It's almost like each one is a different car. So I try to really simplify it, and each one drives a way of being. And so depending on your chart, we look at the chart and we look at where the conditioning may have landed the most of where it's showing up in your life, and then we move around that with ceremonial work, and the other work comes into play. So human design is a really beautiful piece of the pie, but it's just a slice of the whole entire things that I offer. So
Now I'm
Yeah,
super
good.
curious because now
I
I
know.
want to know.
Right. What are we
for
supposed to do?
right, for complete disclosure
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
Dana did our charts,
Right. Right.
and did
Well, as what
creative
she's saying,
right
yeah, we're right.
before we got
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
today. So we're hearing this information first as everyone else. I don't know,
Right.
you courageous
We're
enough
not
to hear?
hearing it first. We're
Well,
hearing it with everyone.
with everyone
Right.
else.
Right.
First time with
Right.
everyone else
Right.
is what I
Right.
meant.
Yes.
But are we
Yeah. I
courageous
mean,
enough
yeah.
to hear it?
Why not?
Let's
We always, I mean,
yeah.
we've done it with other things. And, and I will say we did, what was it, the Ayurvedic, the pita and all that
Yeah.
for, and we were the same for that too. So,
it's so interesting. Okay,
yeah.
so you want to talk a little bit, like, do you want to slice it into a little bit about
And
just
tell us if we were like your clients and walk us through the process, if you can, a little bit, so people get an idea.
Okay, so both of you are like what I explained as generators, but what's important to know is that when we meet somebody, there is this innate feeling that that other person can light you up. And so, Deb, where your chart is, we call them open centers, and there's open centers, which means there's colors in the chart. We don't have the chart in front of you, so it's a little harder to explain. And then there's open and there's defined and undefined centers. And so you're bipolar opposite as far as like where your centers are lit. So you literally are activating each other when you're in each other's essence. And this is
Good.
probably why, I mean, I don't know how long you all have been working together, but
Long
what it
time.
feels
Yeah,
like,
like
okay,
20 years.
what it feels like is it creates like Deb, you have your own energy.
Mm.
Deanna, you have your own energy, and then there's this vortex that's happening between you that is this marriage of energy that's very dynamic. And this comes from that sacral. Does that feel true? Does it
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
true?
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm
Okay.
joking, saying we
Yes.
try, but yes.
Absolutely.
And so it's very powerful because it's like I call generators, it's like a beehive. And there you all are working very hard to create this what you're creating. You guys are creating this ladies, I should say, this
Sure.
beautiful podcast together. You're responding to the energy. What's really important to know as a generator is that you're responding to what lights you up. Does that feel true to you? Like,
Yes.
and so, Deb, you have a what's called a defined head center, which means that the way that you think about things are a little bit more like a mountain.
Okay.
And and then you is Deanna,
Tina,
Dina.
see.
Dina. You have an undefined head center, which means that you can flex a little bit more in the way that you think. And one is not better than the other, but it's a perfect marriage for being co-creators together.
I
Mm.
agree.
Now, how would that work as far as, say, you were coming to me because you had a lot of pressure in your head center, Deb, and you were just overthinking, because that can be one of the things,
Yeah.
is you overthink
All the
something.
time.
Okay. So then
A lot of the time.
you get stuck in the head. And so
Mm.
what I would probably do is tune into that in your chart and bring it back to the heart and bring it back to your sacral so that when you're making decisions, I would invite you to feel into the response of your gut versus just what you're thinking about.
Right. That makes sense.
Does
Yeah.
that make
Good
sense?
advice.
And then let me find a spot for you to that we can focus on. Oh, both of you, I just want to say have beautiful this. It's called the genetic monopole here, and the way you identify with self-love, and both of you are very lit up in that area. Um, your emotional solar plexus, Dina, is open, so this can mean that you could carry a lot of emotions. In some of when it's open, it means it's highly absorbent.
Okay.
And when it's something is highly absorbent, it's like a sponge. And so for you, it can tend to be a little taxing emotionally because maybe you're not somebody that can go into a movie and watch something that's, really intense. You would actually maybe carry and absorb some of that. Does that feel true to you?
I don't like it. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
look at anything. Yes.
That's
I
so
don't like
funny. Me too. Though. I feel like
my
that.
life is about looking at positive things.
Yeah.
Just,
Yes.
I mean, that's the word I want to spread for everyone. So yes.
Both of you have open solar plexus, which means that that emotional piece of you can be highly absorbent. So who you're around and what you're around is really important. So for you, what I would say is that if you were coming to me because you were feeling taxed emotionally, I would have you tap into that heart center. I'd have you tap into your gut. Like, does this really feel true to me? Or am I absorbing the emotions of others?
Mm.
That's not really mine.
Yes.
So we're so excited
Yep.
because once again, it's
Here
gala
we
season.
go again.
Yeah.
Yes, it is gala season.
Yes, November 16th, which is a Sunday, and Conchetta Bertoldi, New York Times bestselling author and one of the top 10 mediums in the
Yeah,
country.
she's just fabulous.
She's fabulous.
She's actually international. She's
Well,
top,
yeah, she
top
is.
ranks.
Well, yeah, right.
Right.
And her books are in all kinds of different languages. And obviously, we're going to have her on the podcast where she's going to talk about that soon. But she is our keynote. And then, of course, we have the normal gala format, which is healing sessions, massage,
Great.
chiropractic,
Yeah, holistic products.
all kinds of great things.
Just
So you
great
can shop,
information.
you can have sessions, and you can have something to eat because we always give you food. And then you can come and see Conchetta for the keynote.
Yeah.
So join us. Go to wellnessgala.com.
So those are just quick little examples. And then we create a whole thing around that piece. You know, the other piece of my work is fire, alchemy, medicine, and cacao medicine. I've been working with the plant medicine.
Talk to us about that
Yes,
a little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, I had a big life transition about 4.5 years ago. And these modalities were coming to me as I was navigating these big crossroads in my life. And I believe that's God, goddess, what our universe sends us what we need, and
Mhm.
sometimes sends us what we don't need so we can then change that pattern.
Sure.
That's fun too.
And I really, at that point in my life, I was really channeling in how I wanted to really open my heart more, that I felt it's been a life journey, like when there's past experiences and we're all going to be traumatized at one point of our life or another. But when you've carried deep, deep trauma, it can land in the heart and it can cause this invisible barrier that you don't even realize that you carry, but it prevents you from opening up and leaning in versus like putting all that protection around your heart. And so when I was going through what I was going through, I was calling in, like, what do I need? What is it that I need to get to the next level of loving myself more and then being there deeper for my clients and for my family? And cacao showed up. So cacao is an ancient medicine that is, they call it the food of the gods. And what it does is that it opens the heart center. And then I coupled that with my work in fire alchemy. I've been fire walking for almost 15 years.
Wow.
And that piece for me, fire walking has been one of the most radical, fastest, and dynamic, life-changing things that I've ever experienced. And, you know, people typically just don't want to lean into like, holy cow, I'm gonna walk these hot coals. But it really helps you understand the importance of our steps, number one, and what the heck we're capable of, number two, because at the other side of you walking that fire, you're not going to be the same person. In fact, when there's been photographs done of people walking fire, it's their spirit. You see their spirit like 3 feet
Oh,
ahead
wow.
of them. So, like, your spirit's already done it, and the human is just catching up.
Yeah.
So when I blended the work of the human design and the cacao medicines, really sitting with it, and I really sat, when I say sat with it, I built a relationship with it. I got to know it. I worked on my own medicine before offering it out in group settings and being a facilitator for that. 'Cause I think that's really important. There's a lot of ceremonial work happening nowadays, and people aren't sitting with the medicine long enough before they're offering it out. And so I think that's extremely important for the relationship that you're going to have
Yes.
with medicine and then how it's going to integrate within you.
Right.
And so, since working with that, I have had such profound changes in my life. And so, I offer the things that have really worked for me so I can
Good. Yeah.
be in the arena and know like what's going to come up around that. And so, they're just a beautiful marriage of these different things that seem to, you know, blend in and weave into this really beautiful medicine that people can really integrate instead of just consume all the information. Instead of just consuming the medicine, it's integrating it and really creating a life change.
Dana, it sounds like, I mean, because we didn't talk about this, but where this all started for you, but that you've been firewalking for 15 years. So you have experienced so many different modalities. Two questions. Where did it start? And this evolution that you've taken, where you had this crossroads 4 years ago, you
Mm.
had many modalities you were working with, right, at that time, and then you opened up for something new to come in. So,
Mm.
so one, where did this all start? And two, when that happened, did you recognize it, or did you feel it that you needed something new? What was that like for you?
Mm. You know, I want to say that the journey began really kind of early on for me when I was a young mother.
Hmm.
And I realized that I had a lot of patterns in my childhood that I couldn't help, perhaps. Like I couldn't help what had happened in my childhood,
Yes.
but I knew that I needed to save my own life, essentially. And there comes a point where you get to make a choice. You can stay bitter around the things that have happened, or you can let it crack you open and let the light in. And that may be a little easier said than done, but I don't think that had I not had my son, I would have been a very different person because I didn't love myself enough to do the work for myself. And I know that sounds very cliche, but that it's said wildly. You have to love yourself before you love other people. And I don't agree with that. I really do believe that a lot of us aren't taught how to love ourselves in a way that's wholehearted love for ourselves, like unconditional love. And I believe that sometimes it takes somebody else loving you or needing you so much that it cracks you open to change. And then you become a mirror, like person becomes a mirror. And for me, it was my son. And I'm so grateful for him. He's been my greatest guru in unconditional love. And so it started then, back then, when I say then, it was like over, 25 years ago that I knew I had to make a decision that I wanted to be the best mom that I could be. And then by being the best mom that I could be, I learned to mother myself. And that was the thing is that sometimes we have to be the mother or father that we didn't have and we have to parent ourselves. And um, I already had known what it felt like to be burnt symbolically, like emotionally burnt out. I knew what it felt like to be burnt as, whatever, like having betrayal in my life. And I also knew what it felt like to be burnt physically because I was in a motorcycle accident when I was 17. So when I saw that fire walk, and I had burned third-degree burns in the back of my leg as a result. So when I saw that flyer, something magnetized in me that I can't quite explain, but it was like a magnet, and I was like, why the heck would I ever want to do that? And yes, I have, and at the same time, I have to do it.
Huh.
And so I went there and it was a 5 hour ceremony. By the time that I had, you have to raise your energy, and people, I'm sure, do it different ways. I've been to other things that firewalking was a part of, but it wasn't done with this reverence. And this woman named Stephanie Foy was such a dynamic teacher and really taught us how to work with our energy to walk that fire in a way that like, so it cracked me open and it helped me trust myself. It really helped me trust myself.
Wow.
That's how that fire medicine
Wow,
had come.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Quite a
incredible. Thank
story.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a story, and thank you for sharing that. And it's I just want to say, I think that you said something that sort of quite a few things, but as women, when you become a mother and you know that love for your child, right? You're at that place where you want to do everything and do the best for them, and it calls you to be authentic.
It
And I
does.
think that's what, you just got real authentic and
Yeah.
learned love for yourself, but because of that devout,
Yeah.
incredible love for your child. I think a lot of women can relate to that,
Sure.
They may not realize what's happening, but you go through that process where you want to be the best mother and you have to you have to look at who you are.
Yeah.
Sometimes change some things
Yeah, and
and
allow yourself to love yourself.
right.
Yeah.
It was
hmm
fabulous. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
So any other modalities that you want to talk about? Because I know you do quite a few.
So one of the other things that I really love to work with people is doing movement. So I'm in a training for Qigong, but I also dance. Some people call it dance therapy, some people call it let your yoga dance. And dancing for me has been one of the more any sort of movement. And then when you're intentional about the movement, say you're theming the movement, it moves things through your body. And I want people to be moved. I don't want to just explain. I mean, there's room for like taking in the information, but we need to move and practice it in order to embody it, right? So it's one thing to say something, it's another thing to move. And I have seen so much I've seen so many people have like these moments of just radical joy, and I call it spontaneous healing. I'm not shy to say that because I really feel like when we're in this work, sometimes we take it really friggin' seriously. It's like, oh, we've got to dredge through all the crap that we've been through,
Right.
healed version of ourselves, and then it's like we only want to show like we only want to show the like beautiful part at the end. And what I love about the movement modality is that it can be messy and it doesn't have to look good, but it can feel good.
Hmm.
And that's the essence of like what I want people to feel in their body is like we want to feel good. We want to feel alive and open-hearted and heart-centered and lit up. And if we're just in our head over analyzing everything, or if we're just trying to, put, all the shimmer and shine on, a crappy thing, people can feel that. So I like to move. I like to move.
So
That's good.
do you do classes or do you move with your clients or
I move with, yes, and that's a part of what I do is the whole package when we do coaching, it's it's the human design and then we do fire integration and then we move. And so it really is dependent and it's so customized to the person. I don't have a one size fits all. It's more like what I would ask you, like what in your life wants to be moved? Like what do you want to move through? And then we create and craft a plan for you to move through it, whether it's through actual physical movement, through working with your human design, through working with the fire. Have people come to, I live here in Saratoga half-time and then the other half-time in Hawaii off grid, completely lit,
Right.
different
we
lifestyle.
need to talk about Hawaii.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh God, Hawaii.
Yeah.
and you work with people both in Hawaii and in Saratoga.
Yes.
All over, right? Should you do a lot?
Yes. So but I have two physical spots. So I live here in Saratoga and then I live half-time in Hawaii,
Where
mostly
in
in Hawaii.
Hawaii?
And then I live right on top of the volcano. Volcano Hawaii is
Wow.
my address there. So I live 6 miles from the active volcano, otherwise known as Goddess Pele.
Mm.
Wow.
Deep reverence, and it's no surprise. I did not think I was going to end up there. But again, when I listened to my human design and listened to all the things that I'm preaching, I was invited. It was literally like the invite was there. I thought I was going to be in the tropical beach. Nope, up on top of the mountain.
Wow.
And the medicine, talk about like, I don't know if either one of you have been to Big Island, but it's
Yeah.
one of the more transformational places I've ever stepped foot in. I'm a world traveler, and I believe that each place that you go to has a portal that opens and the medicine is received. And for me, Hawaii shook me, literally shook me. And it's a beautiful place to look at. First of all, I just want to say how when you take yourself out of your everyday thing, like adventure in itself, especially when you travel with an intention,
Mhm.
uh, there's something very dynamic and powerful that opens up for
I
you.
agree.
Definitely.
I agree.
And Big Island for me was really looking at both the root energy and the heart and merging that into even more healing and more being myself in a way that felt very bold and brave. Like I live off grid there. I never thought my princess ass would be living off grid anywhere.
Ah, how long have you been there?
What's that?
How many years have you been there?
I've on and off 3 years.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
yeah,
And you do retreats there,
Hmm.
right?
I do. I have a retreat coming up
Yeah,
in
tell us.
February.
Oh,
Yes.
And what's it going to involve?
Oh my goodness, it's so juicy. It is going to involve all the things. It's going to involve all of the things that we spoke about, fire alchemy, cacao medicine, and it's not your average retreat. I'm doing it with another beautiful a woman that I'm co-creating this with, and it is going to I don't believe that after this retreat, I'm going to call it a sacred journey, that you're going to come back the same. It's really steeped into nature. We're using nature as ceremony. We're going to sacred sites and we're going to be doing ceremony at these sacred sites, which just is so, I mean, the medicine of the land. I can't say enough about it.
Yeah, that
And
sounds
so
good.
I'm just so excited. It's a retreat that's nourishing, that's wild, that's medicinal, that has all the things.
Yes, as Fran said she does.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remind me of one of our, excuse me.
One of our friends, Dora Winquest, who is
Mhm.
a modern day alchemist, and she's
Mhm.
an author, and she works with many different modalities. Her pull is usually Egypt. She's usually going to the pyramids in Egypt and doing ceremonies there, but we have to
Yeah.
connect you to, because there are so many.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She
Picked
did
it up.
Mary Magdalene thing.
Oh, that's France.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Province, yeah, France. But yes,
Oh,
anyway,
God.
so this, yes, thank you.
It's amazing.
So that sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
What are
that
the
does.
dates for that, and how does someone find out about it?
So I'm getting it on my website now. You could go to sacredshiftcoaching.com, and then the dates are going to be February 19th through the 27th.
Great.
And it's going to be right in your winter. So feel
Yeah,
free
right.
to hop on a
Yeah.
plane and come join me in
Yeah.
Hawaii. It's
Sounds
a
You're
great.
not going to
beautiful.
believe this. I may be there at that time. We'll talk offline.
Okay,
Yeah,
get a hold of me. It's
so
amazing. Yes.
This is great. I mean, is
this has
there
been
anything
fantastic.
else? Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I'm
want
sorry, I just was a mouthful. Like
yeah, it is. It's a lot,
it was a
but it's
lot.
great. And I love how you customize everything and it's
Mhm.
really we
Yeah, there's so many different ways to work with
yep.
people and just to help them find what their specific needs are.
Yep.
And I love the fact that she goes back, uncovers all the nonsense that's been piled on top of us for years and says, hey, here's who you are, here's what you're
Right.
supposed to be doing, and here's
Yeah,
how it
I
works. And I
love it.
love it.
I think
it's like
that's
a breath of fresh air for yourself.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah.
for what you
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
thank you, both of
Great
you.
to
I
have you on
appreciate it.
today.
Yes, awesome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All
Okay,
right, so
we'll
we'll
chat
see
soon.
you soon.
Okay, take care. Aloha.
Okay.